Good morning, children. Welcome to today's class. So you know that in the last class we have started with the lesson rocks and minerals, and we have studied about the rocks, different kinds of rocks, how rocks are formed. Is it not? Yes. So quick revise of that. So rocks are formed by combination of minerals. So it can contain one mineral or more than one mineral. And based upon the content of the mineral and the formation of the rocks, they are classified into three types: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. And we studied different examples of these rocks and what for they are used. Okay, so today we'll move to the next topic, that is minerals. Okay, in the last class we have completed rocks. Now we'll start with minerals. So what are minerals? So when I explained the rocks only, I said that rocks are made up of minerals. So rocks are combination of different minerals. So what are these minerals? They are naturally occurring substances. They are found in the nature. They are naturally occurring substances. Is it not that? So you can say that rocks are made up of minerals. So this mean I said that rocks may contain one mineral or different minerals in it. Okay. So based on that, they are classified into different types, I said. And depending on the minerals, what it is found. So rocks are classified into three types, I told yesterday, is it not? So now we'll give examples of few minerals. Okay, so examples of few minerals are feldspar, okay, mica, quartz, copper, zinc, iron, manganese, So these are examples of certain minerals. Silicon. Okay, so these are names of few minerals. So what are these minerals? So these combination of these minerals will form rock. Okay, so minerals can be defined as they are the substances which make up the rocks. Okay, and few examples are feldspar, mica, quartz, copper, zinc, iron, manganese, and silicon. Okay, so in this minerals, there are two groups. Okay, one is metallic mineral. One is called metallic mineral. The other one is non-metallic mineral. Non-metallic minerals. Okay, so minerals can be classified into two types: metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. So here the name only suggests metallic minerals, metal here. Okay, that means these minerals contains metals in them. This one non-metallic, non-metal. That means it does not have minerals in it. Okay, so we'll study in detail about the metallic and non-metallic minerals. Okay. So metallic minerals are the underground natural resources. So these metallic minerals are underground natural resources. That means it is present under the ground. Underground natural resources. Okay, underground natural resources. Okay, they are formed in the mixture called ores. Okay, they are in the form of ores, in a mixture called ores. Okay, so these are found underground, I say. So they have to dig the underground, deep inside the ground it is found, I say. So they have to dig the underground and like a tunnel. Okay, like a tunnel, they have to go dig the underground in order to get this metallic minerals. So it is found in the form of mixtures. So that tunnel what they dig to get that mineral is called as mines. Okay, Now, you might have heard that in Kolar you have Kolar gold fields or Kolar gold mines. So they have to dig that, or they have to blast using the dynamite, make a hole and go deep inside the earth to get that. Okay, so that is called as mines. So, for example, where we get the gold, it is called as gold mines. Okay, like that. So these metallic minerals, since it is present underground, you have to dig that and make a tunnel, and you have to get that. Okay, so in the form of ores you have, and these metallic minerals are heated at a very high temperature. So what happens when the metallic minerals are heated? So it is going to become soft, and from that the minerals can be extracted. Okay, so when the metallic minerals are heated at a very high temperature, so it is going to become into liquid, it turns into liquid, and you can extract or you can take out the minerals from it. Okay, so some of the minerals from which the ores can be taken out is, so like copper. So I gave you example, no, this copper, this manganese, copper, manganese, okay, and then gold, silver. These are also the metallic minerals. When it is heated in the form, heated with a high temperature, okay, so you can get the ores from it, or you can separate the ores and the metals from it. So these are few examples of metallic minerals. So in this gold and silver and what do you call platinum, gold, silver, platinum are also metallic minerals. So these are platinum. Okay, so these are also metallic minerals. So this gold, silver and platinum are also, especially gold, silver or platinum, they are used in making jewelry. So they are called precious stones. Okay, so apart from this, these are metallic minerals. Understood? So here the name only says metallic minerals. That means it has metals in it. It is found in the form of a mixture called ores. When it is heated, so it can be separated. Okay, so few examples of metallic. This is common minerals. I have written common. So here copper, manganese, gold, silver, platinum, they are metallic minerals. Understood, children? Metallic minerals. Okay, now we will move to non-metallic minerals. Okay, so as I said, the name only says non-metallic. That means it does not have, or it does not contain metals in it. It does not contain metals in it. So it has only minerals. It does not contain any metals in it. Okay. So few examples of that are silica, feldspar, lime. Okay, so these are few examples for non-metallic minerals. Quartz, quartzite. So these are few examples of non-metallic minerals. So in this non-metallic minerals, so diamond is precious. Okay, diamond is also a non-metallic mineral. It is the hardest non-metallic mineral. Okay, which is the hardest non-metallic mineral? Diamond. So diamond is the hardest non-metallic mineral. Okay, so these are metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. Understood, children? Got it? Okay. So apart from this, I said that minerals are present in the form of metals and non-metals. Apart from this, minerals are also present in the form of crystals. So what do you mean by crystals? They are the solid substances which has a particular geometrical shape. Okay, so that is crystals. Minerals can also be found in the form of crystals. Crystals. So crystals are nothing but they are the solid substances which have a particular geometrical shape, like cube, cuboid, like that. So it has a particular geometrical shapes. Okay. So they are very hard. Those minerals, they are very hard and they can be polished. They can be polished and they can be used as gemstones. Okay, they can be polished and they can be used as gemstones. Okay, and they are usually, these gemstones are usually used in making jewelry. Okay, so some of the minerals which are in the form of crystals are again diamond, sapphire, then emerald, ruby. Okay, so these are the few minerals which are in the form of crystals, which are used as gemstones and which will be used in making jewelry. So diamond, sapphire, emerald, ruby. Okay, so these are few and they are available in different colors. This you might have seen this emerald or ruby, sapphire. Each one will have different colors. It will be red, blue, green, yellow. So it comes in different colors. Okay, and they can be used as I said, gemstones, or it is also called as precious stones because it is very expensive, costly. So it can be used as the gemstones, or it is also called as precious stones because it is very expensive. It is called precious stones. Gemstones or precious stones. Okay, so these are about the minerals. Understood? Okay, now we'll move to the next topic. Apart from the minerals, so rocks and minerals. So I said when I explained the formation of sedimentary rocks, I said that sedimentary rocks are formed from sediments. When weathering of rocks takes place and when the smaller particles of the rocks are formed, sand, pebbles, gravel, stones, mud, and when they are carried away by the water bodies, they will get deposited in the water bodies. Is it not? So there, layer upon the layer, it will be deposited, and the oldest layer, when because of the heat and the pressure, it will form into sedimentary rocks. I explained this, is it not? So along with that, I told that even it is not only the sediments is responsible for sedimentary rock, even the remains of dead plants and animals are also there, is it not? So in the sea, the dead plants and animals will be there. So they are also responsible for sedimentary rocks, is it not? So what are they called? So they are called as fossil. What is that? Fossil. So what do you mean by fossil? So the remains of dead plants and animals. Dead plants and animals which are present in the rocks, in the sedimentary rocks. I said even the limestone, it is not formed from the sediments. It is formed from a mineral called calcite, which is present in the shells of dead plants, dead animals. I told, is it not? So this fossil means it is the remains of dead plants and animals which are preserved in the rocks, which are there in the rocks. Okay, yes. Now from this only, I said these will be buried deep inside the earth. Okay, so from this only, we can get fossil fuels. From fossils only, we can get fossil fuels. So what do you mean by fuels? Anything when it is burnt, it releases heat, it gives us heat. Okay, so fossil fuels. What are these fossil fuels? Examples: coal, petroleum. Coal and petroleum. So these two are called fossil fuels. Coal and petroleum are called as fossil fuels. Okay. So these coal and petroleum are formed over 400 millions of years. 400 millions of years. So imagine the coal or the petrol what we are using now. So it is formed 400 millions of years. Okay, so how valuable it is, you can understand by this, is it not? So this coal and petrol is formed 400 millions of years ago. And this is one of the non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources. So what do you mean by non-renewable resources? That means it is present in the nature, and if we are going on using it, it will not last for a longer time. It will get exhausted. It will get over. Okay. So without thinking, if you are using that or if you are wasting the coal and petrol, now only I said it is formed millions of years ago, is it not? So it is formed millions of years ago. Now, if without thinking, if we are using these fossil fuels, and as I said, it is non-renewable. That means it is limited. We have limited source of it. So without thinking, if you are using that, if you are wasting the coal and petrol, then for our future will not have, because it is not a fast process. It is a very slow process. Formation of coal and petrol is a very slow process. If we are not thinking and using it, then it will not have it for our future. It will get exhausted. It will get over. So it is non-renewable resource. It is not long-lasting. It will not have it for large number of period time. Okay. So whereas this sun, so every day the sun will rise, we get heat from the sun. So or water or the air. So they are called as renewable sources of energy. So in place of non-renewable sources, we should use renewable sources of energy, and we should preserve non-renewable sources of energy. Okay. Okay. Now, as I said, coal and petroleum are fossil fuels. We'll study how this coal and petroleum are formed. So, coal, how this coal is formed is, so coal is formed from the remains of dead plants. Dead plants. So this is formed by the remains of dead plants. Remains of dead plants. So as and when the plants decay or plants die in the water bodies, so they go settle at the bottom of the bed, water beds. So layer upon the layer, so that will get deposited. So again, because of the heat and the pressure, so this layer upon the layer will become very hard. Okay, will become very hard and very thick. So that hard and thick material, hard or dense, you get. So over years, this will change into hard and dense material. That is called as peat. Okay, so as and when the dead plants, the layers will get deposited one upon the other because of the heat and the pressure outside, or because the layers are going to put pressure, so that those remains will change into hard and dense material. Hard and dense material. Dense is thick, very thick material. So that thick material what is formed is called as peat. Okay. So over many years, this peat is going to become very dark and it turns into coal. Okay. Over many years, this turns into coal. Okay. And by burning this coal, we get electrical energy or heat energy. Okay, by burning this, we get heat energy. We get enormous heat. Enormous heat will be released. So we get heat energy for that. Okay. So you might have seen for the railway engines to run that they use this coal. So because of that, heat is produced and it is going to drag the train. Okay. So this one, it is used in the industries. In many industries to run the machines, this heat energy is used. Okay, so this is about the coal, and along with the heat energy, as I said, it is also used in the production of electricity. In producing electricity, also this coal is used. Okay, so this is about the coal. As I said, it was formed millions of years ago. So that is why we should not waste it. So we should use it. We should judge and use. Judiciously we have to use. Or we have to think and use. We should not waste it because it does not last for a longer time. Okay. Yes. Now next fossil fuel is petroleum. Okay. So how is this petroleum formed? How is this petroleum formed? Coal, I said, it is the remains of dead plants. This petroleum is when it is formed from the remains of dead plants and animals in the seas, both plants and animals. Okay, remains of dead plants and animals. So when the sea aquatic animals or the animals, plants die. So that time what happens? The dead bodies will go and settle at the bottom of this water bodies. Okay. So there again, layer upon the layer, it is going to build up. It is going to build up and it forms layer and gradually over many years. As I said, it is not 1 day or 2 days. So gradually, this is going to change into petroleum. Okay, again it becomes dark, very hard rock-like thing, and it changes into petroleum. Okay, and in the refineries, that means where they get the oil refineries. So this from petroleum, they make petrol, kerosene, diesel, candles. Okay, so all this they are going to make it, or the shoe polish. All these are done or got from petroleum. Okay, so this is about petroleum. So since this is valuable, this non-renewable resources and it takes millions of years to be formed, we should not waste it. We should use it judiciously. Okay, because from petrol, if petrol or kerosene, diesel or petrol, diesel is not there, so we will not have the vehicles only to run. So without that, the vehicles cannot run. So we can't imagine that situation only without vehicles. It's not. So unnecessary, we should not waste petrol or diesel. We have to think it and use. That is what. Okay. Yes. Now coming to the last topic, it is uses of rocks and minerals. It is rocks contains minerals, I said. So both rocks and minerals are useful in our day-to-day life. So just we'll list out what are the uses of rocks and minerals. Okay. So this is the last topic of this lesson. Uses of rocks and minerals. Uses of rocks and minerals. Okay, uses of rocks and minerals. So we'll just list. So there are many uses of it. We'll just list what are the uses of rocks and minerals. Okay, the first and the foremost thing, when I explain the different kinds of rock, and when I told that what are the uses of that rock, so you might remember that rocks are used for the building purposes, or to make the roads, or for the kitchen countertop, or for the floors, is it not? So basically this rocks and minerals, important use of this is in the construction. In the construction purpose. So from the starting, now suppose when we want to construct the house, so from the start of the house, we'll put the foundation for the house. Before construction, we'll put the foundation, is it not? So there, what we are going to put? We are going to use the stones, we are going to use the sand, we are going to use the cement, is it not? So from laying foundation, from the foundation until it is completed, so we are going to use different kinds of rocks. So as I said, we use stones, we use sand, we use cement, so which is all rocks only, is it not? So for the foundation purpose. And when the construction begins, we use iron pillar. Suppose we are building 5 to 6 floors, so that the building should be strong. We are going to use pillars and construct, is it not? So there we are going to use the iron, so which is a mineral, I said. So cement, I said, which is a rock. And then sandstone, you have sand, pebbles, all that are forms of rock, or the smaller pieces of rock. So, and for the kitchen, we use granite, which is a igneous rock, is it not? Or for the floorings, we use granite or marble, which is a metamorphic rock, is it not? So, from the foundation till the house is completed, till the completion of the house, we use different kinds of rocks and minerals. Okay, so we use iron pillar, we use granite, we use marble for the kitchen countertops there, or we use cement till the completion it is needed, is it not? So these are few uses of rocks and minerals in construction purpose. Okay, so that is the first use, that is construction purpose. Okay, okay. Next one. Now we cook food, is it not? So in what we cook food, we need utensils to cook food. It might be the aluminium, it might be the steel, it might be the copper, is it not? So we use those utensils to cook food. So second use of this is utensils. That means vessels. Okay, so it can be copper or it can be aluminium, or it can be steel. It can be steel. So all these are used in the form of utensils. These are metals. So which can be used in the form of utensils to cook food in our house. Okay. Not only cook food. So it is needed for, it is necessary for many other things. We can store water. Okay. So in the steel vessels. So not only for cooking, so for many purpose we use those utensils, which is very much needed in our day-to-day life. Okay, so not only that, not only these utensils. I said when I talk about the metals, just now I said there are metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals, is it not? So like gold, silver, diamond, all these can be used as jewelry. So not only the utensils, so these metals can be used as jewelry, used in making jewelry, ornaments. It is used in making jewelry. It is very expensive and precious stones, you can say. Okay, yes. Next one, just now as I said, gemstones, I said they are very precious, like emerald, ruby, sapphire, diamond. So next use of that is it can be used as gemstones in making jewelry. So these minerals are in the form of crystals. So these gemstones like gold, diamond, ruby, sapphire, all these are gemstones which can be used as jewelries. Okay. So examples in the form of gold or silver or diamond, ruby, all those things. Okay, so not only that, it can be used as gemstones also. Okay, And just now I explained fossil fuels. Okay, so it can be used as fossil fuels. The rocks and minerals can be used as fossil fuels. So if petrol were not there, if coal were not there, so we could not use the vehicles only. We could not have the train, or we could not have the vehicles only. So wherever we were supposed to go, we used to go by walk only. Could you imagine that? No, no. So these rocks and minerals are also used as fossil fuels in the form of coal, petroleum. Not only that fossil fuels, as I said, this coal, it is used to generate electricity, and from that we get enormous heat. We can produce enormous heat. So not only these two, along with this, so even one more mineral called uranium. Uranium. So from this uranium also we get lot of energy, lot of heat energy. Apart from coal and petroleum, there is one more called uranium, which can be used which releases heat energy, enormous amount of heat energy. Apart from that, this coal also keeps the weather warm. Okay, so this is helpful in keeping the weather warm also. Okay, and then next is fertilizers. These rocks and minerals especially, they are used in the form of fertilizers. So in the first lesson when I explained the agriculture, steps of agriculture, I said, so after the seed is sown, after irrigation, farmer should fertilize, or he has to spray the fertilizers. He has to put the fertilizers for the field so that he can protect his field from the insects, or he can get good yield, is it not? So there are some minerals which can be used as fertilizers also. They are sulfate and nitrates. So there are different names for that. So in the form of sulfates and nitrates, they can be used as fertilizers. So which will add a additional nutrient for the field so that it can be grown well. The crop can be grown well. The farmer will get good yield. So there are minerals such as sulfates and nitrates which can be used as fertilizers. Okay, so not only that, so these minerals can also be used in our food also. It is present in our food also as what? Rock salt. Okay, so there is a mineral rock salt. Kalluppu we say, not the powdered salt. Rock salt or the kala namak you say, no? That one. So this we use it in our food. Okay, apart from that, it is not only the salt. We have many minerals. We get calcium. When we drink milk, we get calcium, is it not? So that is also helpful as food. Okay, and not only calcium, even iron and potassium. So these are also the minerals which are needed for a balanced diet. So not only the minerals are helpful in the other ways, the main constant, the food which is very much needed for us to be alive. So there also we have minerals. Okay, so these helps for the growth of our body. So when we drink calcium, it is helpful for the bones. When we have iron, we get strength for our body. Potassium helps for the growth. So these are present in the form of fruits and vegetables, milk and fruits and vegetables. So if you have that, you studied that balanced diet, is it not? Yes. So that also is nothing but minerals. The 5 nutrients what you have, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals you had. Do you remember? So that you have it in the form of food. Okay. So these are few help of the rocks and minerals, or how rocks and minerals are useful for us. Okay. So this is helpful in very much. It is helpful for us in so many ways. We get so much help from the rocks and the minerals. So we have to conserve that, is it not? So as I said, these rocks and minerals it is not formed, it is not a fast process, it is very slow process. As I said, it takes millions of years for one layer of the sediments to be formed. Okay, so volcano will not occur every day. Is it not? So when the heat builds up, then only it is going to burst. The volcano eruption takes place. So when this happens, then only metamorphic rocks will occur. When there is change in igneous or the sedimentary, then only metamorphic rocks will occur. Is it not? Yes. So we have to conserve this fossil fuels. We have to conserve these rocks and minerals. They are helpful for us in many ways. We have to conserve that. So they are the valuable natural resources for us. So they help us in many ways. Without that, we cannot imagine our life, as I said. We don't have coal, we don't have petrol, we don't have kerosene, we don't have diesel. We cannot imagine our life. So as I said, they are very limited. So as they are non-renewable resources. So if you are keeping on using that, it will get exhausted. It will get over. It will get exhausted. So we have to use that limited in a limited way because that is limited. So we have to use it in a limited way. We should not waste. We have to use it judiciously. We have to think and use. If it is required, then only use. Otherwise, don't waste like that. Okay. So coal and petroleum are used excessively. Also, burning so much fossil fuels releases harmful substances such as smoke, which gives us poisonous, which is like poisonous. So that will make the air pollute. And if we breathe this polluted air, we get many diseases like asthma, will have breathing problem, will not be able to breathe properly. Now only so many diseases are there. So on top of that, even this also includes, it is harmful for us. Okay. So if we are not thinking and using, we are using excessively. So one, it will get over because it is a non-renewable. It is not. It is limited. You don't have in more. It is limited. So one, it will get over, and if you are continuously using that, it releases smoke. If that mixes in the air, we will get pollution, and if we breathe that, we get so many diseases, dangerous diseases, which can take our life. So what we have to do, one, we have to use it in a lesser quantity, limited way we have to use. Other way, we have to use the alternate sources of energy like the sun, water or the wind. So they are renewable sources. As I said, so every day sun will rise, we get light and heat from the sun. Like in the last chapter, you have studied the use of solar cookers. This is not solar cells, solar cookers like that. And from the wind, we get wind energy, and from the water, hydro energy. So alternate sources like this, if we use, then this fossil fuels will be, we can save it for our future, because as I said, these fossil fuels are formed from the plants and animals. Now we are cutting down all the trees there. So no more trees. Many trees we are cutting down. So for our future, if trees are not there, then where will we get the fossils? If fossils are not there, fossil fuels are not there. Already it is limited. It is non-renewable. It is limited. So now for man's purpose, he is cutting down all the trees. For making money, he is cutting down all the trees. So he is only responsible for all those, for making the resource limited. So it will be our responsible to use it very wisely and use alternate sources of energies like sun, water and wind. Okay, so since it is limited, it will be our responsibility. Now whatever, as I said, now whatever we are using, it is all 400 million years back what it is formed. Now again, for our future, when our children will become big, or when you people only will become big, okay, so when you grow up, then you will not be having coal, petrol, if you are not thinking and using it wisely. Okay, so this is about the lesson, rocks and minerals. Okay, children, so in the next class, I will be doing the textbook exercises of this lesson. So take out the textbook exercise. Okay. Now I'll give the assignment. Take out the assignment. Write down the assignment, children. Have you written the last class? What I thought. Have you written the assignment? Fill in the blanks I had given. Is it not? Yes. Okay. Now today's I'm going to give match the following. Okay. This also copy it in your homework once. So as I said, this also you should write it 3 times. Got it? So this is today's assignment. Put the date, children. So whenever you write the assignment, put the date. So this also it should be written 3 times. Okay. First one. So the second main it is okay. Match the following. Match the following. Match the following. In that first one, sun, water, wind. Sun, water, wind. So just now I explained. What is this? Renewable sources of energy. Renewable sources of energy. Okay. Second, Red Fort, Qutub Minar. Red Fort, Qutub Minar. So with what it is made? Red sandstone, is it not? Yes. Sandstone. Sandstone. Third, obsidian. Obsidian. Okay. So how it is formed? By quick cooling